to Caroline Glick right now, the former IDF ministry captain, former Netanyahu assistant foreign policy advisor. And Caroline, I can't help but go back. Maybe I've been obsessing too much on this Saudi Arabia hosted summit that features Iran for the first time in 11 years. Iran quickly seized on the PR gain from that to say they're all in agreement, but they're not all in agreement. So what do you make of it?
Hi, thanks for having me on, Neil. Look, there isn't any agreement in the Arab League among Arab leaders, and certainly not among the Saudis and the Iranians. But Iran, of course, wants to present a united front against Israel. And to a certain degree, this meeting of Arab leaders is a show of force that Iran wants, even though you do hear disparate voices like that of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who says that the hostages need to be returned.
When he says that, the expectation is that the raids and the attack lines and the strikes stop. Is he getting ahead of himself?
Look, I think that the call for a ceasefire is very much getting ahead of yourselves. You know, we have military objectives. We have to obliterate Hamas after what they did to us just 5 weeks ago. I mean, there's no way that we can coexist with Hamas after what happened. That's very, very clear. It can't continue to exist as an entity if we want to live in security and really want to continue to survive here in Israel, because we see what happens. They continue to rebuild, reconstitute their power after every round of previous warfare, thanks to the international community that sends them billions and billions of dollars, first and foremost Qatar and Iran. But we can't allow this to continue. Hamas has to go. And so no matter what happens at the end of the day, Israel isn't going to be able to give up on that goal, because it's become a war for our survival. That's what we saw very clearly on October 7th, and there's no way that we can stop with anything short of achieving that goal.
You know, Caroline, I know you get this question a lot and are asked your thoughts on it, but when I keep following these protests going around the globe, pretty much to a protest, I don't want to say they're all this way, you hear that chant from the river to the sea. This is the wording used to describe the rant of these pro-Palestinian marches regarding Israel. From the river to the sea is not exactly code for wiping out Israel, but that's exactly what it's doing. Now, some might be ignorant of that, but as even Benjamin Netanyahu has said, probably not too many. So they know full well what they're saying. What do you think of that?
They absolutely know what they're saying. I think you're absolutely right. They know exactly what they're saying. They're calling for the annihilation of the Jewish state, of the largest Jewish community on planet Earth. And they're also attacking Jews all over the world with that slogan. And we see it on university campuses from coast to coast in the United States. We see it in London. We see it in Paris. We see it in Brussels. So that this is a code not only for the annihilation of the Jews of Israel, but for the annihilation of the Jews everywhere, which is, of course, what's in Hamas's covenant itself, that they call for the annihilation of Jewry. So does Hezbollah, so does Iran. So, yes, that's what they're saying.
Amazing. Caroline, be safe yourself. Caroline Glick, a former key advisor to Benjamin Netanyahu.